Hello and welcome back to video number 3 of Junk Journal Your Christmas 2019. And so I'm going to see how far I can get without pausing because I have my little dog in the room and he is a 7-month-old little dachshund, so he likes to try to find anything and everything to chew on and grab and go and have me chase after him with it. It's quite fun. And I mean that sarcastically. Okay, so what I wanted to do today was I have added, I love adding hymnal pages, especially, of course, with Christmas music in my junk journal. And I put one in here, but I had already added some shiny glitter washi to the page. Let me see if I can find it right here. I should close this up because all my pages are going to come out. I was in the process of trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do this particular page, but what I have is this. This is the one we did last week, and so yeah, I just kind of punched holes in. That was on those little 6x9 pages that you can buy. This is that paper that I have, or 6x6, excuse me, 6x6 pages. So I just punched 2 holes and put that in my December daily journal. And so this was the other hymnal page that I have done, but I have added like this real pretty sparkly washi to the side. So I wanted to go ahead and just create another page doing the technique that I want to show you. So basically, whoops, let me get my 2 work pages here. I'm going to do We Three Kings, and I'm going to show you how I put together a watercolor. I had created these, I think during the summer, or no, early summer, late spring, and I had made journal cards out of these, and several of you guys have purchased them. And so these are the actual originals, and I scanned them in and then made them into journal cards. So I wanted to make one that has the same beautiful kind of blobbing of watercolor, and then adding some holly leaves on there for decorations and putting that in my book. Now with these I have more likely I'll probably add a photo or do some, maybe add a background here so I can add some journaling, because I'll probably use it as a journal page versus with these I just have these without any journaling, because I was going to actually make the little cards out of them. So let me show you, this is such a simple technique. Let me show you how I do this one. So the actual hymnal pages are a little bit taller than the pages of my journal, so I'm going to actually use this as a guide, and then I think I might well, you know what, I can just go ahead and punch, but I'm going to use this as a guide, so I'm going to go ahead and cut to be able to fit this hymnal pages in my journal. So before I can start hearing tearing up books, oh my gosh, you guys, it has been so hard having a puppy. My daughter's at my daughter is at my parents' this week for Thanksgiving, helping my mom get ready for the holidays, since I'm not able to be there. And so I've been on dog duty 100%, and let me tell you, it's quite an adventure. So I think my hole punch is somewhere else, but I usually have several around, so we will come back and do the hole punch. That's not that big of a deal. So I'm gonna leave that edge on there because I love how that's ripped. It just kind of makes it, gives it that more aged look. And so since I have a lot of pink in my journal, I'm going to kind of do like more of a pink and green. Actually I have lots of colors, but I love the green, I love the pink. I'm going to be using this holly, so I'm going to kind of go with those colors in on my page. So let me go ahead and get this ready. I've been working on canvases. I have several new pieces of art coming up this year, so I've been busy using my paintbrushes, which any day you use your paintbrushes to me is a good day. So I'm going to get out my watercolor pencil. I use a number 24. This is a Master Touch. It's a really inexpensive watercolor brush that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I'm just gonna, I know I keep kind of, these are actually, I always keep drinking waters in here, or I refill them up so that way I don't have to run to the bathroom or run to the kitchen to fill out water. And actually, I typically use a different water for my watercolor, but since I'm not actually painting with acrylics, I'm not going to worry about, I'm just going to use this particular jar. And I always think about, you know how certain, you know how they, a lot of times, baseball players, I know this is nothing compared to a baseball player by all means, but you know, they get used to keeping that one particular bat, or I guess, you know, whatever hat, you know, their lucky charm. I've been using this particular jar since I first started painting, so it's going on maybe 5 years that I started my mixed media. Anyway, I'm going to use this, I love this pink. As you can tell, this is one of my favorite pinks, and it's Happily We Go. I don't know if she's still selling them. I haven't bought any since this particular one, but she is on Instagram, and I will definitely try to remember to, I'm horrible at remembering to post information about product, but I will try to post, especially if she's selling. I don't want to give you guys bad information if she's not selling. That's not good. So what I do is I kind of like get a lot of water, and if you've dealt with watercolors, you definitely know what I'm kind of doing here, is I'm just blotting. The more water, the lighter the color, but as you can tell, as it gets where you're using it more, that starts working up that paint, and then of course it gets darker. So I'm doing that. And I'm going to see what I have in here for green. I have a brand spanking new set that I got from Little Craft Place, and I have it, it's called the Woodlands. This is Prima watercolors, and I have not even opened it. Can you believe it, you guys? That is just sad, very sad. So I will, I was hoping to use this color. You know what, maybe I should open it. It shouldn't take that long, right, to open it up. I feel horrible that I bought these a while back from them, and they were so quick to ship them to me. So I'm going to put that in here, and I'm going to use it. First time using it, so let's see what this color, I need to come in and do it's kind of a darker green. Now when I'm doing, when I'm blopping the paper is what I call it, I kind of just, especially like this darker, because it's not something that I want to cover, I just do like little accents. You know, like up here I might do just a little bit, because I don't want to make it be the sole, you know, where it brings it really too dark. Now I am not an expert at watercolors, you guys. It's something that I'd love to play in, but it's definitely not something that I know a lot about. But to me, it's just fun to blop the paper, and I love to paint and draw things with them, and definitely like to mix it up where you are where you mix acrylics with the watercolors. So I'm just kind of not crazy about that green. That's weird. It looks a lot lighter, right? See, there it goes. I must have had some different green on there, because it was, let's see about adding a little bit of red since it is Christmas. And I want to kind of get that, there we go. The more water I stir up, the more red it is. A lot of times when I'm doing music sheets, I find myself singing the music like, "We three kings." So, and then I want to lighten it up because it is quite dark. So let's go ahead and just bring in some yellow. Now this typically will dry fairly quickly, so I'm going to let it sit for a minute because I see out of the corner of my eye Pokey over there. You probably hear the rustling. Yep, and he hits the camera because he's in my paper. So while I'm going to get him situated, I'm going to let this dry and I will be back. Alright you guys, so while I was waiting for this to dry, I was digging around in my stash. Remember, I wanted to really use a lot of my stash in this series of Junk Journal Your Christmas. And so anyway, I found these two particular cards. They're vintage cards. A friend of mine gave me a lot of the cards from her mom. Her mom passed away this year, and so she gave me a lot of beautiful vintage themed cards. Some of them she just ripped the covers off for me. This one actually has the verse of when the wise men came out of Luke, and then I also have this one. And so I debated back and forth, and I kind of played around with some of my supplies that I have, and like I found these really pretty holly leaves. I know I had these as well, but these look more like vintagey, and so I thought, well, I could use those with that. And so what I decided after much debating, going back and forth, I think I'm going to go with this card. And I don't know, I just like it. It kind of just made me think, well, I also found this really pretty sparkly glitter, and I thought about putting some stars on here. So anyway, the more I thought about it, the more this one started making me want to work with this one. So since it's a lot of blues and golds, and I don't have blues on this, I'm going to add just a little bit of blue, and then we're going to work on this, and I'll show you exactly what I plan on doing. So I'm just going to add, because I'm going to actually cut this card, and probably about right there. So I'm just going to add a little bit of blue, just to kind of make sure I kind of have, draw it in where it kind of does look like it belongs, and not just kind of like, well, this doesn't flow very well. So I'm just going to add a little bit here, nothing too much, but just a little bit of blue to add this in so it looks like it actually belongs. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. Now mine is still a little bit moist, but it's definitely able to work with, and I hope that it's dry by the time that we're ready to work with this. So I'm going to just cut around, fussy cut around baby Jesus, and nothing, perfect, but just enough to put the wise men out. And I just thought, when I was rummaging through my box of Christmas goodies, I thought, oh, this would be perfect to include on the hymnal card, on the hymnal page. So just going to kind of fussy cut around them, and I might keep it just square on this one side. The other reason I liked that other card so much is because I love that it had the verse in the wreath open. So I thought that would actually look good. So let's see where we're at. Right here. That looks pretty. Okay. So as this is still drying, I'm going to kind of dab it a little bit, so speed up the drying process. Now, I have looked everywhere for I just bought a brand new stamp for embossing, and I cannot seem to find it. Because I thought about actually embossing some stars on here, but I think what I'm going to do is I found my star punch, and then I'm going to also use some sparkly paper. So I have some yellow and I have some blue. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just see what this looks like. And I like, one of my favorite punches is this wonky star. Oops. And I may put one yellow star for Jesus, and then add some for the bright star, and then add just some blue ones around it. And then just kind of do like that. I'm going to add some, this is where this is going to come in. I'm going to add some of this at the top, and I'm going to add a little piece right there. So I'm just going to kind of play around with these a little bit. And I got this idea from Growing Meadows Ty. She's actually going to be having a big sale coming up. I think it started today actually, because she's going to be doing a new adventure. So this is double-sided tape. And basically this is glitter that is from Target, and I put my fingers on it, and then I'm just going to tap this through here so it's picking up all that pretty glitter. And I'll show you my other, the one I did on the other hymnal card, and believe it or not, it had this double-sided tape with some strong stuff, because it held the glitter on there. Friend of mine that comes over, she uses double-sided tape a lot on her projects. Actually, I might just add this little piece right here. So I'm going to come in and kind of fill up so it doesn't stick, meaning when you close your page you don't have the stickiness of, you know, when you turn your page, the double-sided tape doesn't stick to the page in front of it. Okay. Let me show you that, since I was talking about it and I don't want to forget the page that I did that on. Of course I pick up. Well, I was working with my pages here, and I didn't pick up the wrong one. And now, y'all, my room is a total disaster, and I apologize, because I thought I just had them all stacked up, and now that one is gone, and I don't want to spend a lot of time looking for it. But you saw it in my previous one. I'm sorry about that. It's like you're going, how did it walk away? But I'm not going to worry about it. I kind of made a rule for myself, other than the fact that I'm on video and it's going to be part of the video, is that I can't find what I just had in my hand. I got to where looking for stuff, I'm not going to do it anymore, because it takes up so much of your time. Okay, so I'm going to add a nice amount of glue. I'm using craft glue. This is like a stick glue. And sometimes I prefer to use my heavy duty glue right here. In fact, let me do the edges around here. I didn't see it at first, but this is what I prefer. It's an extreme. It's called Elmer's Extreme, and I talked about it in the first video. And I know I think you can get them on Amazon. I actually need to go and check, because I need to order some more, and I don't want baby Jesus to get off the page. Okay. And I actually need to go see about ordering some more. because it's really, really good glue. I'm just using my thumb to kind of hold the star down and then swirling it about. Oops. Okay. Got one more star. Oops. Okay. Might have to make one more because I feel like that space there is empty. Let me do one more. That way it doesn't look as empty. And then we'll do another piece of double-sided tape. There we go. Down here. Am I getting this in video? I think, sorry, I got all excited and didn't make sure this was filming spot on. Okay. I'm going to go and add it over here. Oh, the dog hears me inside. And we're going to put it right here. Maybe I should put it, yeah, let me put it down here. That looks better. Okay. Finish adding that on there. And the reason I put this paper towel under is because I can fold it up and throw it away and we're good. Okay. So, I think the next step I'm going to do is create, I have this little stamp here, and I want to see about finding my yellow stamp. So let me see if I can locate that. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to do, let's see the combination. Let's see what it looks like when I do some yellow. And now let me try the blue. I'm just kind of playing around with it to see which may look better. And maybe a combination of both. I think a combination of both would be good. Oh Lord, y'all. See, it's so difficult. It's like having a baby. Okay. Let's see how much I can get this done without. My husband's supposed to be watching, but he has a mind of his own. The dog. Okay. I'm almost finished here. So I'm just kind of adding more stars around here. And then I'm going to come through and outline the 3 kings. Go ahead and put the lids on here. And let's see here. Oh yeah. So these are glitter pens. I picked them up at Walmart, but I just picked up a bunch from the dollar store. And they are really good, you guys. So I'm just going to kind of outline and give them a glow. And it kind of goes with the gold. And I'm going to put Jesus has a gold around his head. Okay, and then finish this set with Getting more of a gold around them. I may come in and add a little bit of gold in the stars. Underline here. I know he's losing his patience. I'm sorry, Poke. Here we go. And what do y'all think? There you have it. You have a beautiful hymnal page that you got to do lots of little artsy fun stuff with. And then I did find my hole punch over here, so let's get it. It's my mega hole punch, but it is the hole punch. I was going to see if I could find my piece of paper that I was able to use. And again, what's that? I gotta find my little sign that says, "How I'm creative, I can't be. I'm messy, so I'm creative," or something like that. Okay, let's put the cap on this. Oh, I guess I could clean that off. I hear my husband yelling at the dog now. I'm sure this has been quite an adventure, and I appreciate you guys' patience. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of straightening it up here so I have some space to move. I'm just going to use this as a guide. Line it up. Add a couple little holes in here. Make pin markings. Here's my pencil. Oh, right on that glitter spot. Can I see it? I think so. I was going to show you all real quick. It bothers me I can't find that one page. I might have to come back on and say, oh, here it is. But what you might want to do is just see how, just make sure, but I mean, I think if you touch it and get all those extra pieces off, but it should stay on. That one has been really great. But again, this is a junk journal, so it's going to have lots of fun little things. But you don't want all your glitter falling off. But I promise you that other one, wow, I was so impressed with it. I may have to pause it and come back on and show you guys once I find it. There. Alright. And there you have it. Your hymnal page. Oh, it's so pretty. You know what, also, if you wanted to come in here and put a backing on, that would be pretty too. Because actually, with the with that print behind it, let me move this. Let's try this out. Oh, you know what? It may show. I got an idea. It may. That's one thing I love about rings, is you have the ability to change things around throughout your book. Because I may put that Three Kings somewhere else. I was going to see if I had another piece of white paper. I just had that one, but Lord, I don't know what I did with it. I always find things once I get off of the camera. I did want to talk about, I know I mentioned at the beginning that see, that looks pretty with that lace. At the beginning I did talk about that I was going to probably include a picture. What is that? Oh, there it is. Got caught up. I was going to include a picture on here, but since I ended up adding this beautiful vintage scene card, I think what I'm going to do is use this backside as a way. I'll probably end up finding that, or making another. I don't have to find that one. Making another white backing, or I could even put something like this on the back. where I can use it to add a photo or add some journaling or anything like that. Or, you know, you may want to just leave it blank like that and have it as a page entry. Anyway, I hope you guys are inspired to get creative, get messy, get your glue out, and maybe you even have a favorite song that you want to document about. If it isn't in a hymnal, you can go online and print that out and be able to document that as well by adding. You could even add a story why you love this song so much or what it means to you, but add that to your December daily journal. So, all right. I'm not sure what my next. I think I'm going to have a few more videos, but you're not going to believe this. I just look what I just caught my eye on. You got it. My embossing stamp. Remember I told you I just bought one? We will do embossing next time. How about that? That will be my next little fun thing to work with. So it's okay. It's just, you guys don't understand. I have been like looking for it for the last 3 days going, I want to do something with embossing because I thought I could emboss the stars. But I think that those beautiful punched glitter paper stars turned out just fine. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and you guys don't know what you mean to me, making comments and asking questions. I just love that everybody is giving junk journaling a chance, and so it's exciting. But alright you guys, I will see you in my next video. I'm back. Remember I told you I was going to find it? I literally walked over to my other desk and it was underneath some papers I had moved. So, okay, so this is one that I made, like I said, I think back in May. It was when I had, no, I can't remember. Maybe it was, because this was my grandpa's favorite song and he passed away last year, and I remember I wanted to do this particular hymnal for him, just thinking about him. But see, this is like totally lasted, and I've had it in my drawer, and I've moved it around. Oops, it came off. But I'm just saying that that double-sided tape works really, really well with this, with different kind of glitters. So I think I actually doubled this one up. I did because I wasn't quite sure what I was doing. I think this was one of the first pages I've ever done with the glitter, but it really, really works out good. So, okay. I can sleep tonight. I was able to find it. Anyway, thank you guys.